Hi everybody, this is Kevin Sniczynski coming to you again live from my rent control department in District 8, and this is...
I'm Daniel Filipkowski. I'm also a renter in San Francisco.
We wanted to clear up some misconceptions or the idea that we might be aligned with any group or anybody other than ourselves.
Kevin and I are just two queer males. We live here in San Francisco. We have no alignments with any groups or organizations. We are very concerned about affordable housing in San Francisco, and we like to talk about it and engage people in conversation.
So with that in mind, we're going to talk about some facts. Scott has said on numerous occasions that he is voting for tenants' rights and that he is on the side of tenants' rights, and we're going to leave the social issues aside for today, which we both personally think you often stand on the wrong side of the fence of, and we're going to focus on housing. Specifically, let's talk about Proposition C, which you voted for. Proposition C does several things. The first thing that it did is it created a diminished percentage of affordable housing for developers to put in place from, I think it was 15 to...
Yeah, it went from 15 to 12%.
Okay. The other things that it did is it defined for San Francisco what low income and what moderate income was. So for a low income household, it said that it was up to 4 individuals at $61,800. So $61,800. What does that equate to?
That's about, in rent, that's about $25,000 a year, or about $2,100 a month in rent.
And then the moderate?
The moderate was about double that, $124,000 a year income for 4 people, about $4,100 a month in rent.
Okay, so our question today is, where are those units? We talk about development and the influx of money in San Francisco, and we've seen a lot of new development in District 8. Mm-hmm. How many do you think are going up in our district?
On Market Street alone, you can go up and down from about Octavia to Castro, and you can find at least maybe a dozen that are all currently under construction, brand new.
Lots of great adjectives used for those developments, by the way, such as luxury, exclusive, premier living. We challenge you, Scott Wiener, to show us in any of those units where you are going to mandate that they provide a 2 to 4 bedroom unit, 12% of all of the developments that ranges between the low income bracket, which is $2,100, and the moderate, which is $4,100.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of research today. We went onto Craigslist and we wanted to see if we could find some low income units or some moderate income units. Mm-hmm. What did we find?
Well, we did a little search and we took about the first 35 that we found. And when we tallied everything up, we were averaging about $7,300 a month in rent.
Yeah, there's actually one unit that actually fell within the moderate income affordability range, which was $3,800.
Yes.
But the average being $7,300 is fairly disconcerting.
Yes. So basically what you have is you have new developments being built that have very little affordable housing, if at all. And then you have existing housing as well that is well out of the reach of average people.
Is this sustainable at all?
Absolutely not sustainable, and also unrealistic. How does this help? How does this work? How do we have a diverse, vibrant city where everyone has an opportunity for housing if not everyone can get housing?
So we're not distorting the facts. We're not being angry and mob-like. We're simply challenging you, Scott, to show us any measure that you have backed or will back that will do a couple of things. Protect the rent-controlled units that are currently on the market, where a lot of the low-income and moderate-income kind of family units are residing, and take a really good look at the LS Act evictions and its growth in the time that you've been in office, and put forward some protections that will protect who?
The elderly, borderline homeless people, people of color.
People with chronic or terminal illnesses such as HIV and AIDS or mental health issues. Show us where that piece of legislation is. Show us where the conversation is. At the Board of Supervisors meeting yesterday on condo conversion, Supervisor Kim and Campos talked about needing desperately a real dialogue about how we define affordable housing in San Francisco. Why don't you be the champion of that cause? Start that dialogue. It sounds like you have several open doors within chambers that would be willing to listen to you, and we are simply challenging you to start that dialogue. And if you're going to say that you are for the tenants and that you are for tenants' rights, then actually put something in writing and put a measure forward that establishes your being for the voters and for tenants' rights. Thank you for your time.